What's up, Facebook? It's your boy Tony here from Jimmy's Famous Seafood. We said we're going to go live. We're going live. We asked you guys what you wanted us to make for you. You guys said oysters. We're going to start with oyster Rockefeller. As you can look at this table, we have all of our ingredients for oyster Rockefeller, starting with frozen spinach, of course. We prefer it over the fresh stuff. It just, the nutrients are obviously still there. The way that it cooks up a lot better than the fresh for us for this purpose. So that's why we use this. You got some fresh garlic, chopped onions, grated Romano cheese, of course our fresh Chesapeake Bay Oysters. We got some Parmesan cheese over here. We use that to finish it off with. Salt and pepper, some extra virgin Dimitri olive oil, heavy cream, and amaretto. This is one of our most popular dishes here at the restaurant, of course, along with the Jimmy's Oysters. It's definitely one of our most popular appetizers. So I'm gonna get right into it. So basically, you want to get a pot on. We like to use something shallow like this. It allows it to reduce a lot easier once you get the heavy cream in there. So, you just want to get it going, get it nice and hot. Not too hot. But you want to start with a little bit of olive oil. Get a nice amount in there. Just cover your pot with it. And then, of course, first thing is going to be your chopped onions. These are just some, regular Bermuda white onions that we chopped up real small. You don't want them to be too big. Let's get a nice little sizzle on it. Of course, salt and pepper, just a little sprinkle of both. We just want to get a little bit of color on here, not really color, but get them translucent, get them to sweat out a little bit, get the flavors going, and then we're going to add the spinach and the garlic in a second. So they're sweated out now. You can just barely see them turning brown now. They got nice and translucent. So next thing we're going to add our spinach. And garlic. We're not going to put all this. We're just going to put about maybe 2 tablespoons, I would say. We're going to salt and pepper again. And that's the reason that I put a little bit of extra olive oil in the beginning, is because you want the spinach to have some fat to absorb, so you can get a little bit of color on it, get cooking a little bit. Let that go for a couple minutes here. Go ahead and next up, we're going to do the amaretto, and it can be any brand you want. Doesn't have to be a certain kind. Just brings a great flavor to this dish. Just gives it a little bit of sweetness. All right, so got that for a couple minutes. You can see the spinach really starting to soften up a little bit. Really smell the garlic coming out too as well. So we're going to put in, I'd say probably about a cup of amaretto. Maybe 3/4 of a cup. Just going to let that go for a second. You can really smell the amaretto coming out right now. And then next up, we got our heavy cream. Just a quarter regular, 40% whipping heavy cream. We're going to put the whole quart in there. Give it a little stir. We're going to let it come to a boil. And then we're going to add our Romano in there. All right, in the meantime, we're going to get shucking on some oysters. So, Chesapeake Bay Oysters, if you guys are scared of them, you shouldn't be. They're, delicious, obviously. It's definitely an acquired taste. If you guys are new to oysters, this is definitely a way to try them for sure, which is cooked. I always say that to anybody. And you definitely want to start small. And these are, not too big. These are a nice size. You're not really going to give much of the sliminess when they're cooked. So it's definitely a good way to try them for the first time. And then as you get more comfortable, you can, start with raw oysters, and same thing again. Just start with smaller oysters and work your way up to bigger ones. So you just want to find the butt in the back here. Get your knife in there and just pop it open. And then once you get it open, you just want to slide your knife across the top to disconnect it off the top. And that's when your oyster will pop right open. Just enough to get it open. And then again, you just scrape the top. And then if you get a shell in there, you just, be careful and just take it out with your knife. Some of these can be a little tricky, as you can see. Just don't lose faith. Don't give up. Or you can lose faith and grab another one, but we'll get this one. Got one more. And there's your half dozen. All right, now back to the cream spinach. As you can see, it's the cream's coming through here, reduced down a little bit. And now we got the secret ingredient coming in. We got some good old-fashioned Worcester Shire sauce, or Worcester, however you want to call it, depending on where you're coming from. This is obviously great with any kind of seafood, from our crab cakes to the oyster Rockefeller to, pretty much anything. So we're just going to put about half cup, I would say. All right, next up, grated Romano cheese. The brand that we use is great. It's got a nice sharp bite to it. And we're just going to put it in here and mix it up until it melts in here. Got about a cup of it. So, get another rag here. We're almost ready to stuff them. Just another couple seconds here. There we go. So we got our oysters here, and you can see it getting nice and cheesy now. You can see it start sticking to the spoon. That's what you want. Get it reduced down a little bit. All right, let's stuff these bad boys and get them in the oven. You know, how much you put on each one of them is up to you. Use about, a tablespoon on each. All right, right in the oven. We got our oven at about 425. They'll take probably about 5 minutes. Again, oysters are one of them things that you can eat raw, so you're not going to really undercook it or overcook it. So it's up to you about how long you leave it in there, but we do about 425 degrees for about 5 to 8 minutes, I would say, and then we bring it out. We top it off with a little Parmesan, and then we throw it under the broiler for a second. While we're waiting for them to come out, we can, I guess I'll just talk to you guys a little bit about what's been going on here at Jimmy's, during this, coronavirus. There's not much that you can say, about what's going on, but what Jimmy Seafood is doing, I think it shows a lot about the character of all the employees that we have here, all of our great team members, obviously, that John and I get the pleasure of working right alongside with every day. We obviously have our carryout open, curbside for the carryout if you don't want to come in. We have delivery. We offer our own delivery. Our bartenders, our dining, our servers, they are delivering. No questions asked. Everybody kind of just stepped up to the plate and kind of, did their own part. We have our food trucks out every single day. We change the location every day on the food trucks. A lot of tremendous support with them, anywhere from, Catonsville to Frederick to Tanya Springs and Glen Burnie. It's been awesome to see the support, and then of course our free shipping that we're doing right now, our free shipping promotion on seafood, on our crab cakes, crabs, stuffed shrimp, soup, you name it, you can get it at your doorstep. It's been tremendous. I guess a lot of people are bored at home. You can get these oyster Rockefellers, shipped right to your front step. And then, of course, can't leave out Jimmy's Famous Meals and BJ and his team. And obviously that has taken off tremendously for people that are kind of like not looking to put on the Corona 15, I think they call it. So, BJ and his team have doing a great job with the new volume that they've been taking in for Jimmy's Famous Meals and just keeping people to eat right. That's kind of what we're doing now to keep the doors open. We have, all of our employees are working for the most part, whoever wanted to work. Thanks for joining me again on this video. We're gonna see how they're doing, pop them out in about a minute. And if you have any questions, of course, just put them below and I'll answer them. Pastor, what we have, about a pound of spinach or 2? 4 pounds? 4 pounds of spinach is what we started with that you saw in that bowl. Just for reference, like I said, it was about a cup of onions, about 2 tablespoons of the garlic that we used. Salt and pepper to your liking, but you definitely want to salt and pepper the whole way. Onions, spinach, and garlic again. And then, of course, you know, the better quality olive oil you can use. We've got some great Dimitri olive oil here that we've been using for years and years. You know, they also do free shipping over 100 for their stuff right now. Let's see how these oysters are doing. Yeah. So these start to get a little brown. You know, me personally, I'll eat them just like that because I like raw oysters. So what I'm going to do is just top them off with a little bit of Parmesan. Put them back in for a couple minutes. And that'll be it. Another minute in the oven and we'll be wrapped up. Any other recipes you guys want to see, you know, while you're here at home, while you're home, just let me know. We'll make them happen. Like I said, I appreciate all the support, all the love you guys have been giving us. I'll show you the finished product in a second, but again, thank you. This is the boring part. You gotta wait. But I'm sure you guys are bored at the house, so it's something to do. And I hope you like them. Like I said, you can get them shipped right to your door. These, the Jimmy's Oysters, crab cakes, crabs, anything, you can get them right to your door wherever you are. Free shipping all over the U.S. So there you go. Oyster Rockefeller. Jimmy's Famous Seafood. Thank you very much for joining. Enjoy.